And I haven't gotten an apology. I want an apology from ABC.
If Trump wants an apology from ABC, wait till he gets a load of us. Okay, because we're doing TrumpRackets.com, where we don't just fact check him on two things. We got 64 of the worst things he's ever done. So let's play the game. This is like March Madness. You play at TrumpRackets.com. Make sure you're voting. Get your votes in. 3 seed versus a 14 seed. This should be easy, but is it? Let's find out. Threatened to target his political opponents if reelected. That seems pretty bad. That's the 3 seed. Failed to reimburse cities for campaign rally expenses. In previous campaigns, that would have been very controversial. I mean, stiffing local areas that are in swing states and just not paying them. Outrageous. 14 seat for Trump. Here's one of many clips we could show you on him attacking his political opponents in the wrong ways.
Today, especially in honor of our great veterans on Veterans Day, we pledge to you that we will root out the communists, Marxists, fascists, and the radical left thugs that live like vermin within the confines of our country, that lie and steal and cheat on elections and will do anything possible. They'll do anything, whether legally or illegally, to destroy America and to destroy the American dream.
Your political opponents are vermins who are looking to destroy the country. I believe I heard that before. I think it was 1930s. I think it was around Germany, somewhere around there. All right, no, you can't say that. You can't say he's fascist just because he's using the same exact language as fascist. No, I can, and I just did. Okay, and about the cities, if you don't know, El Paso, Texas, Spokane, Washington, Mesa, Arizona, Green Bay, Wisconsin, all said they had outstanding invoices with Trump's team. Billings, Montana said it also hadn't been reimbursed for assisting with a rally. Of course, he stiffs everyone. 6 giant bankruptcies. He said, it's smart not to pay your investors. Is it? Or does it just make you a low-level fraud, con man? I can attach many other adjectives. All right, let me give you one more game and then we'll discuss. Seed 6 versus an 11th seed here. Suggested shooting BLM protesters in the legs and weaponized COVID-19 by referring to it as the China virus. Well, actually, let's listen to how he says it.
COVID-19, or as I call it, the China virus. The China virus. The China virus. The China virus. I call it the China virus. I call it the China plague. Kung flu, yeah. Kung flu.
All right, he actually didn't enunciate China as much as in those clips as he does on economic issues, so that's interesting. Anyways, all right, what do you guys think so far?
Go ahead. Well, first of all, I was thinking when I was hearing him talk about the vermin in these, on the other side, the Democrats, the Marxists, all that. Hillary Clinton said one thing. She said, "Basket full of deplorables." This is as sort of, by the way, to some people correct, but politically foolish. It just shows that he can say whatever he wants and it doesn't matter. That was a tide-turning remark when she made it. Here he's saying we're gonna root out the vermin and that are living amongst us. And so, to me that is, I'm gonna have to vote for that. Ironic too, it's in New Hampshire and he's no longer really running in New Hampshire. But yeah, that would be, if we're voting here, that would be my vote.
Yeah, so obviously Michael's gonna go on TrumpRackets.com in a minute and do that vote. And so, yeah, I just want to say that's a great point by Michael because, did the media not notice that deplorables is not nearly as bad as vermin or 1,000 other awful things he said about Democrats, but yet we have these nonsense debates, and as if we can't hear Donald Trump. I don't know about you guys, but I got eyes and ears. I can hear him. He sounds like a deranged lunatic. Oh no, you can't call Trump that. Piers Morgan's gonna cry as we speak. That's rhetoric that is harmful to Donald Trump. Yeah, we're running against him. He says rhetoric that's 1 billion times worse. Anyway, go ahead.
Well, on the other matchup, so the China virus, I think the way they tried to blame all of COVID on China, the country, and the Chinese government. If you, however you want to see the origins, I don't think it matters. People suffered and people died. His mismanagement exacerbated that. Unfortunately, there have been a lot of Democrats that also have kind of run with that language. Not as explicit, but trying to get to the root cause. What's There are a million people who are no longer with us as a result. I'd rather focus on the suffering. But I think despite that, suggested shooting Black Lives Matter protesters in the legs, I would vote for that one. I would argue that is worse, because we have seen people take it upon themselves to go out and harm protesters. We did see him celebrate police brutality during the George Floyd uprising. I mean, I accumulated a supercut in the June of 2020 that demonstrated in city after city across the country with impunity. They assaulted protesters, and he was calling for a greater escalation of violence. And we saw, of course, some people kill other people, kill protesters. So for that and the culture that his comments fostered, I think that would get my vote.
All right, so let's go to the next game. It's another top seed. It's a 2 seed versus a 15 seed. 2 seed is found liable of sexual abuse of E. Jean Carroll. Seems like a pretty terrible thing. I can't imagine any other candidate that was found liable of sexual abuse that would still remain a candidate, but we live in unprecedented times.
What seeds are these? Do you know what seeds?
Yeah, that's the 2 seed, and the claim that windmill noise causes cancer is a 15 seed. So the fans voted on this, and they put in some amusing ones. In fact, if you don't remember, that's what he said right here.
If you have a windmill anywhere near your house, congratulations. Your house just went down 75% in value. And they say the noise causes cancer. You told me that one, okay? You know, the thing makes it so.
They don't say that. You say that. You made that up. And then nonstop made up numbers. Your house goes down to 75% in value. The other day he was in New York and he said, kids who go on the subway in Brooklyn have a 75% chance of dying. There's a lunatic in the race. I mean, that's part of the reason why we do TrumpBrackets.com, just to remind everyone. Go tell everybody about it, make sure your family and friends are playing so they remember these crazy things. But that one, in terms of what's worse, is pretty obvious. Barack Obama was not a natural born citizen as a 7 seed in our final matchup today, and gave his own family jobs and pressured intelligence agencies for clearances as a 10 seed. I mean, again, Jared Kushner, the national security agencies know something we don't, but after he went to Saudi Arabia, and Saudi Arabia arrested a bunch of people and shook them down and tortured them, our national security intelligence officials were livid and denied him security clearance. And Trump was like, who cares if he's selling us out? Security clearance. Only a 10 seed according to the voting. Okay, so anyway, so here's Trump on where Obama was born.
Why doesn't he show his birth certificate? 3 weeks ago when I started, I thought he was probably born in this country. And now I really have a much bigger doubt than I did before. He doesn't have a birth certificate, or he hasn't shown it.
Why you still question that he was born in the United States, do you?
I had no idea.
The birther movement. You sent investigators out to Hawaii to find out whether or not Obama, which you said was not born here.
Well,
and it turned out to not be true.
Well, I don't know. According to you, it's not true. I don't know.
He released his birth certificate.
You know, if you believe that, that's fine. I don't care. It's an old subject.
Gee, I wonder why people think he's racist. To be fair, he also questioned John McCain. Oh, he didn't question John McCain, even though he hates John McCain, and John McCain actually born in Panama. Gee, I wonder why he questioned Obama instead. Okay, terrible person. Jordan, what do you think about these?
You know, this isn't to discount the corruption in that family and giving everyone jobs, and Jared Kushner, of course, exploiting that relationship with the Saudis, but that is a problem. Corruption is a problem, but it's not a unique problem. I think for me, it is not just that he questioned Obama's citizenship and birthplace, it's that being the foundation for the rest of his political career, and also total transformation of the Republican Party. Used to be the racism was in hushed tones, they would walk right up to the line. Now that showed you can cross it. It's totally okay. There will be 0 repercussions. So that gets my vote.
Yeah, I mean everything that Jordan just said, and it's the genesis of being able to say whatever the hell he wants and having that be accepted. and having that be seductive to people around him who are looking for that kind of a narrative, and the fact that it's now permissible because of him. This is where it started. This is where it began, and we have gone downhill on race from that side on race, and it was, I think, where fake news started, and so it's been disastrous for this country.
Yeah. So guys, a lot of these are very close in the voting, and there's a bunch of upsets too. So make sure you're going to TrumpRackets.com and voting, and then after you vote, share it on social media so that if 1 million people play this game, then it might even affect the election. Just look, I had forgotten those tweets that we just showed you on the screen with his lunatic conspiracy theories about people being killed to hide Obama's birth certificate. He's been a deranged mental patient the entire time. It's just since the right wing says, well, I'm just as deranged as he is, we have to take him seriously. No, he's a lunatic. No, nobody died in a plane crash to hide Obama's birth certificate. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR, so those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.